Episode 2, the Cellular Engine and Cognitive Dominance, Internal Optimization Protocol, Upgrading the Human Processor, Part 2/3, The Hook. The bioenergetic entropy, aging, is not a chronological certainty. It is, at its core, an information failure and a bioenergetic collapse. By age 50, your systemic levels of NAD plus nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, the critical coenzyme for energy production and DNA repair, have plummeted by nearly 50%. You aren't just getting older, your cellular power plants are running out of fuel. In this session of the Internal Optimization Protocol, we move into the power plant of the cell. We are decoding the NAD plus salvage pathway, the neuro-architecture of focus, and why your muscle mass is the most powerful endocrine pharmacy you own. Section 6, the NAD plus protocol in Sirtuin Activation. The currency of life is ATP, and the engine that produces it is the mitochondria. But without NAD plus, the engine stalls. This is the primary cause of age-related fatigue. The precursor logic, NMN versus NR. In 2026, we focus on the SLC1288 transporter, which allows NMN nicotinamide mononucleotide to enter the cell directly, bypassing the slower conversion steps required by other precursors. The clinical target for arterial stiffness reduction and VO_2 max improvement is a daily dosage of 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams. The Sirtuin accelerator, K, is the fuel, but the Sirtuin family of genes are the operators. We use Resveratrol or Tiristobin to activate the SIRT1 gene, which orchestrates the repair of broken DNA strands. The CD38 blockade. As we age, an enzyme called CD38 increases, effectively consuming your NAD+ before your mitochondria can use it. Adding apigenin found in high-grade extracts inhibits CD38, doubling the half-life of your systemic NAD+ levels. Section 7. Muscle as an endocrine pharmacy in human code. We reject the notion that muscle is for aesthetics. Skeletal muscle is the largest endocrine organ in the body, secreting signaling molecules called myokines that communicate directly with your brain and liver. The irisin B, D and F loop. During high-intensity resistance training, your muscles release irisin. This myokine crosses the blood-brain barrier and triggers the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, essentially Miracle-Gro for your neurons, increasing synaptic plasticity. The metabolic sponge, muscle, is your primary site for glucose disposal. Increasing lean mass increases your buffer for glucose spikes, protecting your brain from the neuroinflammatory effects of insulin resistance. The mortality trio. We track 3 non-negotiables for biological integrity: grip strength, VO_2 max, and leg power, the single highest predictor of cognitive health in the elderly. Section 8. Neuro-optimization. The high bandwidth stack. The high-performance brain is a high-cost asset. Brain fog is not a lack of caffeine, it is low-grade neuroinflammation or a lack of synaptic density. Magnesium L-threonate, K, the only form of magnesium capable of effectively crossing the blood-brain barrier to increase synaptic density and improve executive function. K-lion's mane, Hericium arenacos, a potent stimulant of NGF nerve growth factor. We utilize it to repair the myelin sheath, the insulation of your neural wiring, enhancing processing speed. Cortisol shield. Chronic stress triggers a resource hijack, stealing hormonal precursors. We implement phosphatidylserine to blunt the ACTH response, protecting your prefrontal cortex from the catabolic effects of high-stakes environments. Section 9. Hormonal software and resource allocation. Your hormones are the software running on your biological hardware under chronic stress. The body enters a state of maladaptive resource allocation, often mislabeled as pregnenolone steal. The mechanism. Your system prioritizes survival over vitality, sacrificing the production of testosterone and DHEA to manufacture cortisol. It is a strategic decision by your OS to survive the day at the cost of your long-term health span. The correction? We utilize clinical doses of ashwagandha KSM-66 to resensitize the HPA axis and vitamin D3 plus K2 to maintain serum levels between 50 to 80 ng/ml, the optimal range for cognitive speed and immune surveillance. Section 10. Data-driven diagnostics, the precision panel. We eliminate the trial and error method. The elite 1% manage their biology through a biannual precision panel. KPO, PA, apopropoprotein. B, the definitive metric for cardiovascular risk. K, if your doctor is still only measuring total cholesterol, they are practicing legacy medicine. KCRP, a high sensitivity marker for systemic inflammation. If this KPI is elevated, your longevity protocols are being neutralized by inflammaging. Fasting insulin, the most sensitive marker for early-stage metabolic failure. Conclusion. The processor upgrade. We have upgraded the fuel, the processor, and the software. But there is one final frontier, the systemic reconstruction of the human organism. In Episode 3, we move beyond optimization and into longevity pharmacology. We will decode peptides BPC-157, TB500, the methylation map, your genetic blueprint, and the controversial use of rapamycin to inhibit the mTOR pathway. Leave a comment with the word upgrade if you are ready to treat your brain like the high-end hardware it is. Subscribe to Human Code. Code is biological. The mastery is yours.